Jared Aguilar, Tyler Adams here, physical therapy students, fitness coaches.
We are physical therapy students here trying to bring you raw, honest, and ultimately funny material while we interview the experts of our field. Got 5 minutes? Here comes a quick clip from the Duck Legs podcast. Quick bit of information to get on with your day from the Duck Legs podcast.
Welcome to the Duck Legs.
All right. And it's twofold because then you have the athletes continue to work out, but also getting stronger under load, right?
That's exactly right. And that's a great point. You know, the biggest thing, I think a big mistake that I see with athletes that are injured, because we're all going to get hurt at some point. You know, when you're chasing performance, that's just what happens. Being able to prevent injury is just, it's not possible. And so, you know, we know things are going to happen. It's mitigating, it's minimizing the risk, and then mitigating the, I guess, you know, the downside when it does happen. And so you bring up a great point. When you're injured, it's not necessarily the best thing to take time completely off doing absolutely nothing. You know, maybe for like a couple days, you tone it back or a week or something. But, you know, you'll hear people say, oh, I tweaked my back on that deadlift. And then I just took like 4 to 6 weeks completely off just to make sure everything heals. The upside to that is that, yeah, sure, Mother Nature's going to do her thing. All the tissues are going to have time to heal. That, you know, at the cellular level, everything's going to get put back together. But over that 4 to 6 weeks, you've now become deconditioned. Mm-hmm. And most of what people do is they feel better, you know, because things are healed and they don't feel pain anymore. So like, oh, I must be back. And they try to jump into the same amount of volume that they were doing before, but they've deconditioned themselves, and then they get hurt again and they wonder why. And so the connections aren't there. It's like you lost fitness. That does, just because you don't feel pain, just because the tissues are put back together, doesn't mean that they have the adaptability to withstand the volume. So the point is, when you're hurt, try to find something that you can train. It's exactly what you said, Amir. You find, you change variables. You don't recreate their exact symptoms, but you try to give them some type of training stimulus so that they can maintain as much fitness as possible. You may not be able to progress in an injured or a rehab scenario, but you're trying to minimize the loss, I guess is the best way to put it.
Absolutely.
It sounds like the secret sauce is all in the programming, right?
Yeah, really is. Other than, you know, it's like Adrian Peterson took a helmet to the kneecap and then tore his ACL. So it's like there's nothing you can do about those scenarios. That stuff is just going to happen. But a lot of other stuff is preventable in the sense that it's a programming error. It's a dosage error. And so, yeah, I think the magic is in the programming. The problem with that is it's not like magic. It's not an easy, you know, fix. It's not just something that you can just do. And it's like, oh, my shoulder hurts now and I want this magic fixed. But when I tell them, well, your program was kind of silly, you know, you were doing all this volume on top of this volume and then you started this new program, and it's not your shoulder's just a victim, you know, or your knee is just a victim in this whole thing. We got to look at, you're only a human, you know. It's like there's a few things we can obviously optimize your sleep and nutrition, because those are the two biggest things. Mm-hmm. Or you can start taking illegal performance enhancing drugs, like or you can, you know, work within your means, but something has to change for you to be able to withstand that amount of volume. Yeah. So it's, the dosing, that's the meat and potatoes of most conversations that I have. Almost every conversation that I have is with an athlete, with a barbell athlete. And then we'll talk about, okay, what can we do to maybe hone in shoulder mobility, or what can we do to get your hip a little stronger, more mobile with deep flexion. Like that stuff becomes secondary only when we have addressed training, you know, the programming in general.
Want to thank everybody for listening. We always appreciate all the reviews you guys give us, whether it be positive or negative. Don't forget to leave a review either through Facebook, where we're most active, or iTunes. Subscribe to it if you'd want to.
And also, if you're on Facebook, check out our new group, the Duck Legs Podcast After Show Party. You can search for that group on Facebook, or it's linked to our page. Basically, we're going to try to have some of you, the listeners, try to get on our show. We'll host you on the show. You can serve as a co-host or guest if you want. We'll try to make this some kind of networking opportunity and give more people a voice, especially give more students a voice, and possibly hook up some students with some guests that they'd like to interview, maybe in their niche or field that they'd like to learn more about. So feel free to join that. And also don't forget, you can go to ducklegs.weebly.com to check out our website. We're slowly building that up. Once you're there, we also have resources including Danny Matei's awesome Gym PT Blueprint course that you can check out. Full disclosure, we do get a kickback on that if you were to purchase. So if you're interested in that course and want to support the Duck Legs, feel free to use our affiliate link. And I took the course, and it's a badass course. And also on our website, if you're an Amazon shopper, you can also use our links, our Amazon affiliate links, to make purchases through Amazon, and we get a small percentage of anything you buy on Amazon as well. For Tyler and I and Daimir, kind of the founders of this whole podcast, if you want to say the word founders, we greatly appreciate anybody that takes the time out of their day to even listen to 30 seconds of us say words in microphones and trying to make each other laugh. So greatly appreciate you. Thank you.